that dirty town.
Good evening, my beautiful crime family, and to another episode of Once Upon a Crime Time. I'm your host, Tommy Jude. Okay, I want to say hi to some of my crime family here. Moonflower Eliza, my girl, good to see you. Liz, good to see you. Thomas, my brother, good to see you. Colder Cover, good to see you. Jennifer Swain, good to see you. Jackie Bushabel, good to see you. Sudi, good to see you. Crime Spy, good to see you. Sherry Urban, good to see you. And all you chatters chatting crazy. Crime Spy. I have a few things I want to share tonight. And there was something somebody said back here that I wanted to address, and I can't remember what it was. It's been back there a ways. Okay. Oh, wow. in the mind and out the mind in a matter of seconds. You gotta love age. We got some things to look at today, and some things you probably haven't seen or haven't seen in a while. I would think because I haven't, and it brings a lot of questions, especially a couple of things. So anyway, that's what we're going to do tonight. How am I feeling, Tommy Crime Spy? That's what it was I was going to address is my neck issue. Yeah. See, back in 2017, I was told I have to have surgery in my neck or I'd lose use of my left arm. Well, it was when I had Graves' disease and all that. And I had lost 50 pounds of muscle weight. And so, like, muscle in the neck, started to go bone on bone. And geez, I hate getting into all this. But me and my regular doctor decided that it was the Graves' disease and that I'd be going to rehab, and I did do that. But now it's 2024 and I'm losing use of my left arm. So yeah, I have some decisions to make, whether I want to have that surgery. So that's what's going on there. Okay, so anyway, let's take a peek at or how am I doing this? Oh yeah. I'm doing it this way. Which one was it I wanted to? I think it's this one I wanted to share. Okay, let's just find out.
Ford,
Blue Ford.
yeah.
But the red car, you don't know what kind.
No, that isn't the one. Which one was it?
Okay, I want to take you.
Not bad either. Okay.
First name is Ali, A-L-I. Last name is going to be...
And date of birth, please.
Cell phone. Just calling on the Moscow, Idaho case, and I pressed that menu option, so I presumed there would be an agent that knew the case. But nonetheless, I just noticed on Wayback Machine for that particular case, because the University of Idaho is so close, I was looking at Wayback Machine, which you probably know takes snapshots of websites at dates of time. And on that date when the crime occurred, uidaho.edu, it's an educational website, it's obviously a college. It goes down or shows a park domain at 6:32 a.m., which is only 2 hours after the crime, and it's sort of odd if you know technology. And anything going back to that domain or subdomain, let's say a surveillance camera or a security system, if that website was parked or down, anything communicating over DNS would not be able to communicate with it, and that's just why I found it interesting and figured I'd pass it along. Now, the Wayback Machine, you can go to it and type in uidaho.edu, right? And you can go back to dates and time. So this archives the internet, the system. And on the date, no, it takes snapshots of the University of Idaho's main website. So their website, right? But oftentimes in IT, if you have, let's say CNN, right, .com or FBI.com, an administrator we redirect traffic like a surveillance camera back to cameras.fbi.gov as an example. They'll use subdomains. So my point is that if the website was down, anything that then communicated with IT systems could potentially also not communicate. And it's just interesting because if you look at Wayback Machine, anyone can do it, you yourself or anyone looking to tip. You can go back on any date, and that's definitely an anomaly. And to have an anomaly at 6:30 a.m. When you guys are saying the murder occurred at 4 a.m. when they're 2 minutes from the university is odd. I'll say when we look for anomalies in IT, that's a weird one. So I'm just passing it along. That's correct. And so it was up at 11:30 p.m. the night before, and Wayback Machine shows it down at 6:32 a.m. So we know that somewhere in between, from a technical standpoint, at the very least, that domain shows it was parked at 6:32 a.m. That is bizarre because if you look at it, look, I looked at it from all last night and I said, look, this could be just website traffic because people found out about the murder, but people didn't find out until noon. This website was down at 6. Now it could be maintenance, it could be something. I don't know. That's not my job. I'm just passing along what I found. So yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. I will. Um, and came across this and downtime during a timeline of a murder is interesting. But what's more interesting to me at this point is that the police are saying, look, we need the public to tell us about this white Elantra. And I've said on previous podcasts or these streams that universities have a lot of technology, and we're going to see that. You're going to see just how much technology this university has. And why are police asking us for this white Elantra when a university is sitting right there with lots and lots of surveillance camera? Now, there may be technical reasons. There may be humans that did this. I don't really care what the reasoning is. I care about the impact, right? And the impact to me is that if this is true, that it potentially could have technical issues for a lot of things. A lot of systems rely on DNS working properly, a website working properly. And what Wayback is showing is that it wasn't working properly at 11:38 p.m. right before the murder occurred. Now, me and Peter West were going back and forth, and you all have seen Peter West here before. We spoke on other cases, and he's pretty smart, smarter than me technically. And I tried to throw every theory I could at this, and really at the end of the day, we landed at the same spot: is that a human changed this, and the consequences of this change means that anything communicating back at the university would not be able to be delivered. Think of it this way. Think of it like a phone book. I go to look up John Smith. That's the only thing I have, because for humans, it's easy to remember John Smith. I don't know what telephone number he has, so I have to open a phone book and look for what phone number John Smith has. DNS works much the same way. If I open that phone book and there's just no John Smith, I have nowhere to go. Same applies for any surveillance cameras on that university that were then sending surveillance footage back to their domain. If that's happening, that happens oftentimes in technical environments and infrastructures like this. And that's the problem. And when you have an anomaly like that on a large website that should have resiliency, even if they were doing maintenance at that time, I thought it would be just as equally important to report to the FBI as a weird glove found almost 2 weeks later. So.
Okay. Yeah. What that was was a tech guy that called into the FBI reporting the outage at the university starting at 11:30 something p.m. and down at 6:32 a.m. I just find, is there, how many coincidences do we need? I mean, Linda Lane, the lights, the parking lot lights were down that night. How convenient. The university, and I think we'll listen to this again, and I want you to listen to it closely at what this guy is saying and telling the FBI. Listen carefully to exactly what this guy is saying to the FBI. And you might have to read between some of the lines too. You really got to listen to it again. Where am I?
Thank you for calling the FBI. Can I have your first and last name, please?
First name is Ali, Ali. Last name is going to be
And your date of birth, please?
cell phone. Just calling on the Moscow, Idaho case, and I pressed that menu option, so I presumed there would be an agent that knew the case. But nonetheless, I just noticed on Wayback Machine for that particular case, because the University of Idaho is so close, I was looking at Wayback Machine, which you probably know takes snapshots of websites at dates of time. And on that date when the crime occurred, uidaho.edu, it's an educational website, it's obviously a college. It goes down or shows a park domain at 6:32 a.m., which is only 2 hours after the crime, and it's sort of odd if you know technology. And anything going back to that domain or subdomain, let's say a surveillance camera or a security system, if that website was parked or down, anything communicating over DNS would not be able to communicate with it, and that's just why I found it interesting and figured I'd pass it along. Now, the Wayback Machine, you can go to it and type in uidaho.edu, right? And you can go back to dates and time. So this archives the internet, the system. And on the
So,
date,
basically take snapshots off the cameras on the campus?
no, it takes snapshots of the University of Idaho's main website. So their website, right? But oftentimes in IT, if you have, let's say, CNN, right, .com or FBI.com, an administrator we redirect traffic like a surveillance camera back to cameras.fbi.gov as an example. They'll use subdomains. So my point is that if the website was down, anything that then communicated with IT systems could potentially also not communicate. And it's just interesting because if you look at Wayback Machine, anyone can do it, you yourself or anyone looking to tip, you can go back on any date. And that's definitely an anomaly. And to have an anomaly at 6:30 a.m. When you guys are saying the murder occurred at 4 a.m., when they're 2 minutes from the university, is odd. I'll say when we look for anomalies in IT, that's a weird one. So I'm just passing it along. That's correct. And so it was up at 11:30 p.m. the night before, and Wayback Machine shows it down at 6:32 a.m. So we know that somewhere in between, from a technical standpoint, at the very least, that domain shows it was parked at 6:32 a.m. That is bizarre because if you look at it, I looked at it from all last night and I said, look, this could be just website traffic because people found out about the murder, but people didn't find out until noon. This website was down at 6. Now it could be maintenance, it could be something. I don't know. That's not my job. I'm just passing along what I found. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will. Um, and came across this and downtime during a timeline of a murder is interesting. But what's more interesting to me at this point is that the police are saying, look, we need the public to tell us about this white Elantra. And I've said on previous podcasts or these streams that universities have a lot of technology, and we're going to see that. You're going to see just how much technology this university has. And why are police asking us for this white Elantra when a university is sitting right there with lots and lots of surveillance camera? Now, there may be technical reasons. There may be humans that did this. I don't really care what the reason is. I care about the impact, right? And the impact to me is that if this is true, that it potentially could have technical issues for a lot of things. A lot of systems rely on DNS working properly, a website working properly. And what Wayback is showing is that it wasn't working properly at 11:38 p.m. right before the murder occurred. Now, me and Peter West were going back and forth, and you all have seen Peter West here before. We spoke on other cases, and he's pretty smart, smarter than me technically. And I tried to throw every theory I could at this, and really at the end of the day, we landed at the same spot: is that a human changed this, and the consequences of this change means that anything communicating back at the university would not be able to be delivered. Think of it this way. Think of it like a phone book. I go to look up John Smith. That's the only thing I have, because for humans, it's easy to remember John Smith. I don't know what telephone number he has, so I have to open a phone book and look for what phone number John Smith has. DNS works much the same way. If I open that phone book and there's just no John Smith, I have nowhere to go. Same applies for any surveillance cameras on that university that were then sending surveillance footage back to their domain. If that's happening, that happens oftentimes in technical environments and infrastructures like this. And that's the problem. And when you have an anomaly like that on a large website that should have resiliency, even if they were doing maintenance at that time, I thought it would be just as equally important to report to the FBI as a weird glove found almost 2 weeks later. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's really something when a tech guy calls the FBI and has to tell them that what happened isn't normal and that a human caused it. Do you know what I mean? This was really hard to find. It came out a long time ago and then it disappeared. It was really hard to find. And I do have, I can't remember which place I got it from, but I did list everything from tonight's show down in the description. So there will be a link there. Because that's a tough one to find. It is not easy to find. And I found it. But, and that guy said on the thing that this is not easy. This wasn't easy to find for him. So, I mean, yeah. But anyway, so you have downtime at the university, and that's a big question there, especially the timing of it. Very, very suspect. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you. And then we got let's see what people are saying here. In this case, we shouldn't be. Yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, but and I hope that Anne. But I'm sure she's not going to use that because it wouldn't. I don't know if, because they're not trying to prove someone else guilty. They're trying to prove that he's innocent. Us as sleuths, we want to know who did this. and when you have everything that points to like cover up and like there's a lot of people involved, and that's what it looks like. I mean, it really truly looks like that to me. And on a pretty big scale. Thank you, Bandanarama. I like the name, Bandanarama. Yeah, that's a good question, Wade Bird. That's a really good question. Yeah. Yeah. And that's true, Thomas. So, okay, anyway, I do have something else, some other things to share here, so I'm going to get to that. And here we go here.
Okay, I want to take you back to the protective order around the third-party medical records, that document that was submitted by the prosecutor's office. They're protecting records, and I've done some videos about it because it's kind of, there's a lot of gray area. And then I was watching this video on YouTube, and he broke down what an AV file is. Because in the document it states that they have protected a AV file which was submitted, I believe, to the defense, and it shows that these are third party. This is from some third party, so he's thinking it's a medical facility, an ER, it could be an urgent care facility, whatever. And in this video that I found, he breaks down what an AV file is, and it's security footage, a third party that has remote surveillance security footage. That's what is listed here and is in this file that has to be protected and cannot be shown by anyone else. And so there was this article on Substack where they were talking about, well, if one of the friends next door were taking roids, that would show up on your medical records, and that can cause you to have some issues like anger and aggression. In any case, I think this video is worth listening to, the way he breaks down the video surveillance file, because it's possible that the prosecutor's office had access to surveillance footage from a local medical facility where one or two individuals went in there for an injury. And what would happen there? Why would they be injured? Because they committed a horrific crime on King Road. That's why they could be there. And because it's a medical facility, it has to be protected because you have all those other people that might be there. And you have to protect their medical records. Because medical records in the U.S. are like sacred. You can't share that. You can't even share that with a spouse. You can't even go to a pharmacy and get a script for a spouse unless like you have permission. I mean, that's how sacred medical records are. So in this document, it talks about it, and I think you should listen to this video. Now you can pause and read. The YouTube channel is called, here it is, get a clue, and you can listen to the video. It's like 15 minutes, but here's just a short clip.
An AV file may also be a video file used to store surveillance video created by various cameras, such as wireless IP security cameras and dashboard cameras. It contains encrypted recorded video compressed in H.264 format. AV files may be played by UC CMS client and Samtec G player. AV files are typically used for storing video recorded by eRobot wireless IB cameras, which are used for remote video surveillance. So this is video surveillance, folks. And it's related to video camera. Oh, it's related to medical records. So we're talking about a medical facility, okay? And it's related to a third party. So it's not the healthcare provider. So it's not that healthcare provider that's in charge of that healthcare facility. So I submit these are cameras, security cameras in a healthcare facility that have recorded video that is pertinent to this case. And it's a third-party security company that was in possession of this, that was handling the security for this healthcare provider and their facility. That's what third party here, I believe, means. So this is, I submit, third-party security footage that was contracted out by a healthcare provider, i.e. a hospital, so I'm going to say an emergency room here, that took footage of, it looks to be, since there's two files, two individuals who visited the emergency room, I'm betting around the time of the massacre or shortly thereafter, and they're on video here. And so who would these two individuals be? Now I say this because if this was a proper investigation and they were doing their due diligence, one of the first places they would check would be local hospitals to see if anybody came in to into the emergency room around that time to see who came into the emergency room. Check the records, check.
Now, isn't that something? Do you guys all remember the video I have and I shared a couple times of the hospital early in the morning that there was two people that came in with cuts on their hands? That's what that's about. That's what that's about. I guarantee it. So is that going to come out in court? I believe it might. I believe it might. So here you're going to have Brian Kohlberger with all this information about how not guilty he is. And then Ann Taylor's going to have this at her disposal to bring up these two people at this hospital. That should be interesting. Yeah. You remember that, Thomas? Yeah. Right, Janet. I got it. I have it. It's in my videos. It's in my videos, but I wanted to bring it up for tonight, and I went looking. Man, there's just too I'd be spending hours looking for it. But I do have it. Yeah. So that Randy, you wouldn't want to be sitting here waiting for me to find it. I do have it, though, and I have shared it, and yeah, and it's all about a couple people that came in early in the morning with marks on their hands, and I even got wind of who it could be, and that would fit the Linda Lane thing. Exactly, Terry. Right. Yeah, but I guess when you're protected, Terry, when you're protected, and you have LE protection, you have university protection. You know, I don't know. Yeah, they are in my. It is in my past videos, Randy. It is in my past videos. I just don't know which one. Right, Debbie Ann, but when he does find things like this, that's an important find. That was an important find, and I have that too, and I remember it, from when it happened a year and a half ago or whatever, when it came out. Right, Michelle Whittle. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Woke up 1984. What's that? The past video is exculpatory evidence. The video is 38 minutes long. Go to 20 minutes. I only had that piece of it. I only have that piece of it, and I don't know if I'd want to show 30 minutes of his video. Or you're saying go to the 20 minutes. Yeah, I don't have that much of it. But I found that interesting, and I want to keep this stuff in our minds because again, and it goes back to what the video I showed here maybe a couple times ago when I showed chick baits video. What Anne knows here, and that's what we have to understand here is I think Anne knows a lot more than we think she knows. I think she might even know who the perpetrators are. She might even know who the perpetrators are. And the reason I say that is because of her 100% commitment that Brian Kohlberger is 100% innocent. There's one way to believe in your client's 100% innocent, and that's by knowing who did it. And there's things that she has said and done, and when I look and I'm wondering if she doesn't know who actually did this. Proving it's another thing, but I'm wondering if that might come out in trial too. You know, like it happens in Perry Mason. Right? How many people remember Perry Mason? The young ones probably wouldn't remember Perry Mason. I'll tell you what, man. I'm addicted to that orange mango juice, man. From that brand Simply. I'm just love that stuff. Okay, so we got something else to take a peek at because people were talking about this the other day. Do you remember this? I heard, I seen a couple people in the chat, in a couple different chats, saying, "Do you remember this? Do you remember this?" And I'd ran it before, and I got that back in one of my videos too. I'm not sure. There's 3 parts, and I'm not sure what part I shared. I found this today, though, and it's part 2, so I thought I would share this too.
Ford, a beat up
Blue Ford.
yeah.
The red car, you don't know what kind.
Okay, this is Sean. The what do you call? He interviewed those girls at the trailer park about that red car that they were bleaching and all that. And so yeah, and I think Sean's from the Daily Mail, I think. But yeah,
Beat up
Blue Ford.
yeah.
The red car, you don't know what kind.
And they
So-
have 2 different ones.
So you called to say, hey, that there was a guy cleaning it up with bleach?
Yeah, with bleach, and he left the trash open or not open, but it was partially open. The lid wasn't shut all the way, and the paper towels and stuff was hanging out of it.
We called the tip line and they said they
and
didn't
the
receive
bleach was
anything.
still sitting there. It's still sitting there. That
Yeah.
one car still has not been back.
The red car. It's
The red
gone?
car. There's
it was-
another red one over there, but that's not the one.
Okay, so there was a red car here, and it's now gone. Did it leave right that day?
It left the night they bleached it. It was about 4 days after it happened.
What time was it? Were they bleaching around noon?
Yeah.
The next day, and then that night it disappeared.
Yep. And we have not seen it since.
So the FBI came over to you, and you told them this again, right? And did they go over and question them?
The people weren't there, and he says, okay, he goes, I'm just going to let you know, we'll probably be back and forth around over here, just keeping an eye out on everything. And then I'm going to try to see if, when they're home, if we can introduce ourselves and find out questions.
Okay. So you don't know if it's an ongoing issue or not?
I'm not
Good
sure.
question.
Not sure.
That's crazy coincidence.
But yeah, the whole bit where they're throwing his 2007 case up with what happened.
Yeah.
It's the mix. It doesn't.
And
make
he
Did he
doesn't
beat
know.
you guys up?
He did me. And my other daughter decided she was going to jump in between me and him.
She said, "Call the cops."
I told her, call the cops. Call the cops. And,
My
they
friend
all...
was in front of her, and she threw herself in the middle,
And,
trying to
and
figure
she
out.
not only did she
that's
throw
what it is.
herself into it, she threw herself swinging at him.
Yeah.
The light, she pulled my
Have
light
you,
out of the wall.
Have you talked to him since or not?
They have no contact with him. And it really sucks because I know he's in bad shape. His mom even said.
Do you know the names of the folks next door?
Oh, I don't know nothing. They've been here for 2-3
What
months.
number is it?
It's R40.
R40?
Our neighbor Lynn, she was living there for 14 years, and she worked for Search and Rescue.
She still does.
She still works for Search and Rescue, and they bought that
But
trailer out
but
from underneath.
she lives. Oh, so
She
doesn't.
did. No, they booted her.
Bought her out
She
right
lived there for
underneath.
many, many, many years.
Do you know how long those folks have lived here?
Probably about 3 months now.
3 months they've lived
In
in.
August.
Who is it? It's a guy, a girl?
Two guys.
Two guys.
We've only seen
how old?
one of the guys. Probably in the late 20s. He's tall.
Both in their late 20s, maybe. One guy's huge.
The youngest, I don't know if I could believe her, but
Which one was cleaning the thing with bleach?
I don't know. The big one, the night that I totaled my car, the big one came out and asked.
it wasn't
if I
the big
needed
one.
help.
It was the smaller guy.
The smaller guy was here not too long ago.
Did you
Saw him
confront them and say, "What are you doing"?
No.
No.
So
With everything going on,
You called short while later. You called. And again, the FBI came over the next day, or
No, it took them over a week.
Huh?
It took them over a week. I called, in fact, the PD came over here for the Thanksgiving stuff, and I was like, hey, I said, I called the tip line on them, like over last week sometime, and I haven't heard anything. Have you guys? He goes, yeah, we haven't gotten a call on it or anything. I was like, okay, he goes, maybe we'll do some investigating. I think it was like 2 days after that is whenever FBI came by.
All right. Do you know cops personally, or are you friends with?
Some, yeah,
Have you heard any tidbits about the case?
none.
Sorry, it's called. You should get back inside.
It's okay. I'm fine.
I won't use your name. Obviously, you're a victim.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. He's blaring my name out there. It is.
What's your first name? Just so that listed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not supposed to legally do that because.
No,
Yeah,
no.
my
You
picture.
see that listed when you put up his name and this address that comes up.
Oh.
Your name.
No. That Jonathan Johnny Wood put my name, and he put a satellite thing with a map from here to the homicides. Yeah, look how close this is, and he's got our trailer
How close
circled
is
on
it?
his map.
It's close enough. I was almost gonna move into those apartments.
Yeah, it's right up over past Arboretum and like 2 streets over. It's very close.
2-minute walk.
Oh no, it's probably about 10 minutes.
10-minute walk. Jeez. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry for what you're going through. Obviously, hang in there and
But yeah,
things get better.
I'm not blaming him, because he don't remember anything. I know, most survivors,
Right.
they try to cover, but I'm not covering for him because he's never done anything.
All right. Well, let me talk about it and see. We want to do anything with this, but I'm sorry for what
It's
you guys
okay,
are going
and I'm
through.
sorry it kind of
And if
snapped
do
you.
you have my number?
On your card?
Can you text me your number at some point if you have?
Yeah, is it this 914 number?
Yeah.
Are you guys?
That's my
Are you
cell
from
phone.
New York?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
They flew me in for a week.
Oh boy. Yeah. Let's just see what's safe.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this town.
Yeah.
My dad has nothing to do with it.
How old are you?
I just turned 20 in May.
You said there's a lot of crazy stuff in the town, but my dad had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, nothing to do with that stuff up there.
Yeah.
We keep to ourselves
We're home
all the time.
all the time.
We've got a set of friends, and that's because he's known him for years.
But nobody, police didn't even ask him questions about the November 13th.
Not as far as I know. If they did, it would have been after they arrested him.
Okay.
Because, like I said, when they came here that night, I was coming out here on the porch. I didn't have my glasses because he knocked them off my face, and I was not going back in the front to find them.
Right.
And the cop was actually literally right there by my tire. And he had me come down there. Another cop pulled me all the way over there by her trailer, and they went in the house. And I didn't see him. I didn't talk to him or anything to him before that.
And that red car is gone. It hasn't been back since.
That one red one has not been back. I know.
Were they going in the car to wipe it out, or did you see where they were?
Inside, they were doing it inside the car, on the seats and stuff.
And you don't know their names. But again, the number is what?
There's a bar on the front of their house.
There's no one there now?
I
Don't think so.
I don't know. There might be because
All right.
people.
All right.
Here, I'll
Thanks so much.
text you. Please don't give my number out.
Hey, how you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
Good, thanks. Can I talk to you about something kind of weird for 2 seconds? It's cold. I don't want you to freeze or let out the heat from the outside.
What's up?
My name's Sean Cohn. I'm a reporter
Okay.
with the Daily Mail.
Okay.
And chasing everything related to this case.
Mhm.
And understand that even one tip was called in about, red car out here being cleaned with bleach.
What?
That got the FBI called in. Did you hear anything about that?
I've not heard about that.
That's so fucking weird. Maybe it's the one further.
On this road, like in this trailer park?
Yeah, it's not you then. Have you heard anything about that case?
Not really.
Do you know any of the folks?
I didn't know any of them personally.
Yeah.
The closest thing I think I know some people who might have known them. Like I know people who didn't come back after because they were going through a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
So you're a student there? Or no?
Yeah, I'm a student. I'm a freshman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You haven't heard any buzz about the case?
Lately, not really. Everything's kind of not a lot of new information's come out lately.
Right.
Since the white Hyundai Elantra, that's the last car I heard about because Moscow police was posting on Facebook about they were looking for a white Hyundai Elantra.
Right.
So
Are you one of two guys? Is there like a big burly guy that you live with?
I have a pretty tall roommate.
Okay, so
I think he's already gone home. I think he's most of his time.
does he drive another red car?
No, he drives a little blue car.
Little blue car.
I think it's like dark.
Were there two red cars here? Like,
Not here. I think some other neighbors might have two red cars.
right, because the weird thing is that the claim was that one of the cars was being cleaned with bleach the morning after.
Oh wow.
Do you know anything about that?
No, at the morning after I was in Lewiston with my girlfriend. So that's interesting.
Okay.
But the white Hyundai Elantra, I called the tip line and I told them like the U of I parking and transportation office.
Mhm.
I told them like I don't know. It would make sense that would be a pretty obvious thing for them to do. But I told them like if you haven't already, check the parking office because the parking office has every single car, make, model, year, and the student name associated with that at U of I. So I called the tip line and told them they should go off that.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. And I disappeared for a while because what I was doing is I took the downloaded video and I brought it into CapCut and I made it louder, so I do have a louder version of it now. I was doing that just now behind the scenes. But yeah, it is very interesting. If you had these on and you can hear, it is quite interesting, and that's part two of part three of Sean. What's his name here? I think I have his name. Let me look here. Let me look. Now, I think he was from the Daily Mail, and then we never hear anything about that, They never find the car. That Sean Cohen interview with the neighbor. Okay, so Granny wants me to find my go to one of my videos and bring it up. So that's what I'm going to do real quick here. Just give me a little bit. Oops, let's see. Okay. I think I can find it very quick here, so. Okay, let me look. That's going to be back there a ways. I know that. Oh, I think I remember what it looked like. I think. I'm looking. I have like, I don't know, over 250 videos, so it's not the easiest to find shit. I think it's farther back than that. Okay. I think I'm getting closer. Sorry about this. It takes a little time to find stuff here. I think I know what you're trying to get to on that. And yeah, I don't, well, I don't know. I don't think this is the one. There's one where I call it, is it exculpatory? But I think you're looking for a different one. You're looking for one that is called exculpatory evidence or something, right? Isn't that the one? It's taking forever to load on some of those. I'm sorry about this, everybody. I'm trying to find it. Okay, yeah, we're getting close, I do believe. Here we go. Found it. Found it. And you wanted me to go back to, or go to 20 minutes. Okay, I will do that. Granny wanted me to find this video of mine that I put out 9 months ago. Okay, and then go to 20 minutes. I'm getting there. Come on here. Why is this acting like this? It's okay, so oh, okay. Good enough. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's for you, Granny. Oh, come on. It was there. Oh, it's saying, is it coming? Now, there it is. Okay. Just acting really slow. Okay, so here we go. I think. Okay. Should I get the right one here? Okay. And share. Watch this.
Hospital, 5 a.m. Into emergency. One with cuts, deep cuts to his hands, the other with an open slice to his head and shoulder. 13th November. The prosecution has sealed this video footage. Rumors. Barry Carr and Roach went insane. Insane on a heroin mix. Brittman Hospital, 5 a.m. And two young men walk into emergency. One with cuts, deep cuts to his.
Huh. So yeah, there it is there. And so, I mean, there was somebody that went in, and that was put out like way long time ago, like when this crime first happened. So, I mean, here, let me get this out of there. There we go. There's so many of those questions out there. You know what I'm saying? And then you IT guy that here, let me close this down here. Then you have this IT guy, you know, a tech guy, was calling the FBI, records the phone call, telling the FBI what's wrong with what happened that night with at 6:32 when the university's website shut down. And he's saying it was done by human hands. No, I don't know about you, but on a Sunday morning, that's just a little odd. Just a little odd. No doubt about it. Anyway, that's, I just thought I'd come on tonight, do a short video and put some videos out there that makes you think, it makes me think. All that stuff makes me think. And it holds me close to that what we're fighting for. And that's because we believe that in Brian's innocence. And so does Ann Taylor. And we have to trust on what she really knows, because I think she knows a lot. And that's why she's attacking certain things in certain areas and has so many witnesses. Is because she knows what happened. And that's why she totally believes 100% in Brian Kohlberger's innocence. And to me, that says a lot. Okay, Jackie. I hope. All right. So anyway, that's I'm just a very relaxed tonight. So just thought I'd come on and be with my beautiful crime family here for a while. And right, you want me to check that now? I can check it now if you want me to. I can check it. Just give me a second. Jackie, I did get an. What name did you use, Jackie? What name did you use? Okay, I got some other information too. We have to use at some point. I no, I didn't get anything. Didn't receive nothing yet, Jackie. No. It's you have to use all capital letters, right? Maybe that's the way I listed it. Once upon a crime time at gmail.com. All in caps except the Gmail, of course. But the once upon a crime time, all in caps, and then at gmail.com. All right, anyway, that's it for tonight. And Yeah, it has to be. It has to be capital letters. Moonflower. I think anyway. That's the way I have it listed. I'll check here. Let me refresh this page once, just to see if something didn't come in. No, nothing yet. Yep. All right, you guys. That's it for me for tonight, and I'm pretty mellow tonight. Can you tell? And I think I'm gonna go snuggle up to a movie or something. And I didn't sleep. I probably slept just like 2 hours last night, so pretty tired. Yeah. Um. So anyway, my mods, thank you very much for being here for me and making the chat as good as it always is. It's awesome, always. And thank you very much. And to my subs, you are my heart, and my mods are my soul. And I have a treat for you tonight. Until next time, rock and roll.
watching our cover of So Cold by Breaking Benjamin. If you want to show some extra support like our friend Kieran Hurst, click the link in the description to join our Patreon.
Don't forget to follow us on Spotify where you can find this song and all of our other covers and originals.
Remember to check out our website, first11.com, where you can find physical copies of all our cover CDs as well as t-shirts and hoodies.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment.
The breath that's true. I look to you and I see nothing. I look to you to see the truth. You live your life, you go in shadows. You'll come apart and you'll go black. Some kind of night into your darkness. Colors your eyes with what's not there. Fade I think it's strange you never knew. A stranger's light comes on slowly. A stranger's heart without a home. You put your head